Some whispers could be heard in the quiet town of New Canaan as the sun went down. Women like JenniferDulos, who was beautiful and mysterious, just disappeared. Her empty car stood by the side of the road as a silent witness. There were still questions. Where was she? What took place? The town held its breath as they waited for answers that wouldn't come. The case of JenniferDulos's missing is very mysterious. How did a day that seemed normal turn into a case that no one could understand? Was it a planned disappearance, or was it something more sinister? Who knows the answer to the question of why she disappeared? The story of JenniferDulos is famous all over the world because it has turns and twists like a thrilling tale. What hints were left behind that need to be found, and what secrets are hidden below the surface of this tricky puzzle? Come along with us as we find out more about the mysterious case of JenniferDulos. Each new piece of information gets us closer to the truth. Let's get started. Jennifer Faber Dulos, born on September 27, 1968, was an American woman who was reported missing on May 24, 2019, and was assumed deceased on May 24, 2019. She was confirmed legally dead on October 24, 2023. During the investigation into her disappearance, her ex-husband, Fotis Dulos, and his girlfriend, Michelle Troconis, were taken into custody and charged with tampering with evidence and impeding prosecution. Fotis took his own life in January 2020, and in March 2024, Troconis was found guilty of all 6 accusations brought against her. Jennifer and Fotis were in the middle of their divorce proceedings, and Fotis is believed to have been waiting for Jennifer and assaulted her when she returned home after dropping her children off at school. Further allegations made by the police state that Mawini, Fotis, and Troconis conspired together. Jennifer was born in New York City and passed away around May 24, 2019. Her parents, Gloria Ortenberg and Hilliard Faber, were both successful business people and charitable donors, respectively. Melissa Irene Faber, her older sister, is her sibling. Jennifer received her bachelor's degree from Brown University in 1990 and a master's degree in writing from the New York University Tisch School of the Arts. Jennifer was a mother who stayed at home to raise her children and had her own blog. Jennifer filed for divorce in 2017 at the Superior Court in Stamford, Connecticut, following the gradual dissolution of the marriage. She alleged that Fotis was leading an increasingly independent life without involvement from her. Jennifer transferred the children to a house she had rented in New Canaan, which was located around 70 miles, 110 kilometers, southwest of Farmington. In 2018, Jennifer made another request for an emergency custody order, and the judge determined that Fotis had broken many court orders. Jennifer was granted sole physical custody of her child in March of that year, although both of her parents were permitted to share joint legal custody of her child. It was decided to allow Fotis to have supervised visitation and to monitor his phone calls. In February 2018, Jennifer's mother filed a lawsuit against Fotis for the repayment of overdue loans. His father-in-law, Hilliard Faber, had given him a loan of $1.7 million, and she alleged that he owed them some of that money. Jennifer Fotis, a woman who disappeared on May 24, 2019, was last seen returning home from her doctor's appointments in New York City. Her friends, including her nanny Lauren Almeida, reported her missing later that evening. Jennifer's family and friends believed it would be out of character for her to leave home alone without informing anyone else. Jennifer's Range Rover was found parked in the garage, but her Chevrolet Suburban was nowhere to be found. During an examination of the residence, blood spatter was found on the floor, door, and wall of the garage, as well as on the exterior of the Range Rover. Blood was also found in the kitchen, with the majority of the blood being Jennifer's. Additionally, Jennifer was found to have been the victim of a major assault, which was discovered by the police. At approximately 10:25 a.m., the security camera belonging to Jennifer's neighbor had photographed her Chevrolet Suburban as it was leaving her residence. It was speculated that Fotis was driving the vehicle belonging to the victim, bringing the body of Jennifer as well as other objects that were considered involved with the subsequent cleanup. Fotis and Troconis were caught on video throwing garbage bags into 30 different bins located downtown Hartford. The garbage bags contained a variety of bloody pieces of clothes and cleaning supplies that were soiled with blood. Jennifer was identified as the person whose blood was recovered. Fotis's DNA was discovered on the inside of a glove that was recovered in one of the trash bags and on one of the shoes. The Suburban was later discovered on the side of the road close to Waveney Park in New Canaan. Numerous properties in and around Farmington in Fairfield County, including in the vicinity of Fotis's residence, were searched by the police, but they were unsuccessful. Due to the presence of tire traces and other evidence, investigators concluded that Fotis came at Jennifer's house on a bicycle and murdered her in the garage while he was waiting for her to return. Divers, canine units, and helicopters were used to search for any indications of Jennifer. In October 2020, Jennifer's family made a request to have her declared legally dead, but the request was denied 5 months later due to the 7-year deadline required by Connecticut law since she was last known to have been alive. A different court granted an expedited request for a declaration of death in October 2023 as Jennifer's mother, who was the legal guardian of her children, was of an advanced age, and it was uncertain whether she would be able to live long enough for the children to receive from either her or Jennifer's estate. In June 2019, Fotis and Troconis were taken into custody in Avon, Connecticut, where they were charged with tampering with evidence and delaying prosecution. The 5 children of the Dulos, aged 8 to 13 at the time, relocated to New York City to live with Jennifer's mother, who was awarded temporary custody. Norm Pattis, an attorney, was recruited by Fotis to represent him in court. In response to the allegations, both Fotis and Troconis entered not guilty pleas. In September 2019, they were detained again for unlawfully tampering with evidence, and they once again entered a plea of not guilty. In October, Troconis and her daughter relocated out of Fotis's Farmington home, valued at $5 million. In January 2020, Fotis was taken into custody by the Connecticut State Police at his residence and charged with capital murder, and kidnapping. He was also charged with conspiring to commit murder. Kent Douglas Mahoney, who was Fotis's acquaintance and a former attorney, was arrested on the same day. After being accused of committing spousal rape, Mahoney had gone through a period of estrangement from his wife. Following the disappearance of Jennifer, a shallow burial was found at a remote property owned by Mahoney. The grave was discovered by the authorities in August 2019, but no person was found within it. Fotis's family issued a statement that read, "Although we are relieved that the wait for these charges is over, for us, there is no sense of closure." The bail for Fotis was set at $6 million, and he was released from custody the next day. Troconis said that it was a mistake to have placed her faith in Fotis, but she insisted that she was unaware of what had occurred to Jennifer or where she was located. Dulos did not show up for an emergency bond hearing that was scheduled for January 28th while he was free on bail. He had poisoned himself with carbon monoxide by extending a vacuum cleaner hose from the exhaust pipe of his SUV into the inside of the car while it was parked in his garage. After performing cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, the responders were able to restore a feeble pulse. Fotis's children paid him a visit at the medical center before he was removed from life support. At the end of the second day, Fotis was proclaimed dead.
At his Connecticut home.
He was charged with the murder of his missing estranged wife, Jennifer, and it appears he was insisting on his innocence to the end.
The case was portrayed in a television film that was broadcast on Lifetime in 2021 and titled Gone Mum, the jenniferDulos story. In May 2021, the Connecticut State Senate approved a bill titled Jennifer's Law to address domestic abuse. The proposed legislation is named after Jennifer Dulos and Jennifer Magnano, another victim of domestic violence in Connecticut. The legislation was officially enacted into law by Governor Ned Lamont on June 28, 2021. This is it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. If so, then share your thoughts in the comments and also share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you can never miss our video.